We've come to a place where ancient streets lead to a new world of discovery. A part of Europe growing in popularity with tourists, but still home to places new to explore. Croatia is a country quickly moving up the European travel destination bucket list for many, and for good reasons. The land and cityscapes here, the warmth of the people, and the high bar of the food and hospitality industry in Croatia are creating a new excitement for travel to a part of Europe that has been long overlooked. You want to go for a snorkel or a swim in the Adriatic?
They turn the ocean into a swimming pool.
Yeah, they basically turn the sea into a swimming hole here. Our Croatian travel expert, Eva, invited us to explore her home country, starting out in the capital city of Zagreb.
The thing about Croatia is how diverse it is. So being such a small country and being so diverse, geographically and climate-wise.
She then led us to the Istria region of Croatia, known for its wine, truffles, and olive oil, to explore the hilltop town of Motovun. Top of the castle, the top of Motovun, this historic hilltop village in the Istria district of Croatia. But now, as our journey continues, Eva has raced ahead to make arrangements for the next part of our adventure. We don't know where we're going. We're following Eva up ahead there, which is exciting sometimes. In two seaside towns along the Adriatic that are as beautiful as you'll find anywhere in the world. It's amazing to me to be the history of what's happened right here. Yeah, think about that. Come. Yeah, let's go. From the historic Roman arena of Pula.
The story is written in historical sources. That's true. True.
To the cobblestone streets and harbor life of Rovinj. Kind of broke away from Dave and Zack and Eva. We all kind of got into our own mojo, and that happens sometimes when we're shooting out here. Eva is pulling out all the stops for the next part of our photographic tour of Croatia. We're getting ready for warfare here. Zack, you ready for your bib? Go ahead. Ready. I'm ready.
Okay, we're ready.
Thank you.
Hvala.
Here we go. When you travel, the world becomes a smaller place. When you explore with friends that share a love of photography, destinations come to life. Are you not entertained? We tell the stories of travel with our cameras, capturing images of the most beautiful places on Earth. But every adventure reveals more than what's found in the frame. The people, the food, and the unexpected turns that happen on every journey.
Want to go? No, he's going downtown on you. Hang on a second.
Brings the full experience of travel into focus.
Production funding for Outside Beyond the Lens provided by Visit Fresno County. Nature, diversity, found in the heart of California's Central Valley. From Fresno and Clovis, you can drive to 3 nearby national parks. By Hendricks Chevrolet.
Hendricks Chevrolet is proud to support the spirit of travel in each of us. Every journey has a first step. Adventures start here.
By Advanced Beverage Company, serving Bakersfield and Kern County for over 50 years. From our family to yours, supporting Valley PBS and the wonders of travel. By the Penstar Group, promoting growth and opportunity in business through collaboration and partnerships for the future. By Hodges Electric, serving California's Central Valley for over 50 years, dedicated to supporting public television and the calling in all of us to explore. And by Visit Yosemite Madera County, California's gateway to Yosemite National Park. Explore the outdoor magic of Madera County and be inspired to discover more.
Mornings are always my favorite time of the day. The earlier, the better. With all the time and effort invested when we travel, sunrise over a new destination always seems to be the best time to get acquainted with new surroundings. After a whirlwind few days touring the northern reaches of Croatia, distant from the usually visited Split and Dubrovnik to the south, we've explored Croatia's capital city of Zagreb, then moved to a region of the country called Istria. Here, we hiked the streets of Motovun, a hilltop town with a rich history and photographic settings almost too good to believe. But now, as the sun rises over the city of Pula that hugs a bit of rocky coast along the Adriatic, we set out on another day of adventure of Croatia, guided by our local expert that invited us here, Eva. Pula is a town with a long and turbulent history, built and destroyed and built back again several times over the last 2,000 years during war, being a place that served the ancient Roman Empire, the Franks under Charlemagne, the Austrians, was once part of Italy, and today is the largest city on the Istrian Peninsula. With a natural harbor and rich agricultural lands around it, Pula is famous for its seafood, winemaking, and gourmet designs that any foodie would love. We've caught back up with Eva after grabbing some shots around our seaside hotel. And just as we're getting a little hungry, Eva has a spread ready to go. So we're here at this beautiful Park Plaza Histria Hotel on the shores of the Adriatic, and we are in Pula, and we're just getting kind of used to what's going on here, getting the lay of the land, and right away, again, Eva has taken good care of us like she likes to do. She's a great host, by the way, and we've got a selection of different local fishes. We've got some octopus, we've got some, now what do we have over here? That looks like old school, just straight up. Yeah, it looks like prosciutto. Yeah. There's some shrimp. We have tuna tartare. Yeah, it looks beautiful, you guys. Fresh tomatoes in there, some excellent. Cod pate. That's cod pate. I'm looking forward to trying that. Mixtures of olives, some breadsticks. As usual, Eva knew exactly what she was doing when she put together this little pit stop. We still had a lot of exploring to do, and our next adventure would take us to a place where we would be testing it and keeping up with another Croatian tour guide with lots of extra energy to spare. This is the Pula Arena, Croatia's best preserved ancient monument. It is the only remaining Roman amphitheater in the world to still have its four side towers intact, and was constructed between 27 BC and 68 years after the death of Jesus Christ. We've come to the Pula Arena as the day and all of us are winding down. That was until we met our local historical expert, Igor, who was just getting fired up to show us around this very special place. Okay, so we are now with our friend here. He's showing us. Look at this. We're walking on. This is hallowed ground. This is like hallowed ground, man.
Yes, it is.
I mean, talk to me. What are we looking at here? What is this place?
This is our Roman amphitheater called arena, because arena is this around you. Arena, a Latin term, means sand. Sand absorbs the blood because of gladiators. You have 26 kind of gladiators, but only 4 of them were elite. Only 4. And first one was Rodiarius. Who was Rodiarius? Man who deserved the freedom fighting in amphitheater, in arena.
Yeah.
And after that, he stayed the fight, but on his choice.
Yep, got it.
His own.
He earned the right.
Yeah, and award was a little wooden sword called Rudarius. Yeah. Second one is replacement, secutor, fighter with 8 kind of weapons. Third one is Retiarius with a trident and with a net. And fourth one are women, Amazons. You know what Amazons means? You know what Amazon means?
Like Wonder Woman was an Amazon.
Wonder Woman came later.
I'm joking.
But you know what Amazon? Because they cut the right breast because of the elbow.
Oh, so they could pull. Igor's day job is teaching the children of Pula ancient history in the classroom, so we're in good hands here. But I'm not gonna lie, it was hard to keep up with this guy. His passion for sharing his country's rich history is infectious and at the same time, a little exhausting.
Because this is elliptical.
Yes.
And you see, up there, coffee bar.
Yes.
The only amphitheater in the world, elliptical, who have a coffee bar in the corner. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
So, I mean, look at
And
this.
the only one with the towers. You see, one tower.
Yeah.
This repairing tower.
Yep.
And that one and the fourth one.
Okay, so that's what makes this rare. And you were saying before, this is one of the most preserved coliseums or arenas.
Because if you know what is Roman Empire, it was the first empire on the three continents.
Yeah.
And in Roman world, today Roman world, we have about 250 amphitheaters still existing, and this is the fourth well preserved and the sixth biggest.
The setting of this ancient site next to the Adriatic Sea as the sun sets on another beautiful day in Croatia begins to take hold of us all. The importance of the history here begins to sink in. But Igor has no time for self-reflection. For him, there's more to see and places to go. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me to be the history of what's happened right here. Think about that.
Come.
Yeah, let's
Come,
go.
Look at this.
Okay. Typically, when we shoot this show, we try to avoid guided segments on camera. They're usually a little long-winded, and they slow down the pace of the cut.
And people with a death sentence for crimes would be put in here with animals too, correct?
No.
I read that. It was on Wikipedia. It's got to be true.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's not a problem today. The days of gladiators and the sport of killing men here ended in the 5th century under Roman Emperor Honorius. Today, the Pula Arena is still used as a venue for entertainment, including concerts by performers like Sting, the Foo Fighters, and Elton John. Modern shows set against the ancient stones that are still in place here. Now, is all of this, like, when I touch this limestone here, is
Yeah.
this original limestone?
Yeah, from Brioni Island, if you visit the Brioni Island, and from Vincuran. Yeah.
And this
2,000 years old. 2,000.
Igor's lightning tour of the Pula Arena continues as we pass different random points of interest.
Look at this, 1906. Pula, name. Pula was military port. This was 6 years before the Titanic.
1906 was also a big year for California history because that's when the big earthquake hit San Francisco.
in
San Francisco.
in San Francisco, yes. And we have also 1908, when you are engraved in history.
I don't know how you stand in the middle of a coliseum like this and you don't say, "Are you not entertained?" You have to say that here. It's very corny and very cheesy, but I'm glad I did it. I had to scratch that itch. Now, below the main arena floor, Igor shows us the tunnels and rooms where gladiators waited for battle and where the dead were piled after the barbaric displays of blood sport.
You know a story about this and this. This is Hollywood, you know the story. And this was way out, and this was way out. And after games, after deaths, after, they were here, waiting with the torches, because there is no electricity, smell of the dead animals, smell of the blood, smell of the dead. They waited here a few hours. When the crowd is going home, 23,000 people, when it's going out, and after that they can go to their schools or whatever.
That was their job.
That was their job. That was the job.
After our unforgettable tour of the Pula Arena with Igor, we stroll the historic streets and alleyways of Old Pula, near the seaport, on a much more relaxed pace. Pula is a beautiful seaside town that honors its past by celebrating what it has become today. This entire area is known for its rich historic resources and its laid-back lifestyle, incredible food, and the friendly people that call this place home. this was definitely another good day in Croatia. Our next stop on the Istrian Peninsula is just an hour up the coast to another important town on the shores of the Adriatic Sea. Along the way, Eva has planned another wonderful stop in a unique part of Istria called Lim Fjord. This channel winds deep into the interior of Istria from the sea and is famous for its truffles and oysters. It's also a great place for Eva to show off yet another over-the-top dining location at the Viking Restaurant, a place known for delicious seafood and unbelievable wine.
Because it's autumn, you see how they're not as big as they usually are.
Okay.
So in spring, when the water is not as hot as it is during the summer and now, they're bigger, right? So as the fall approaches, they're becoming smaller, right?
Throughout most of Europe, food is central to every aspect of life. It's celebrated, and it's made with the care and commitment of true artists.
You know what, Zach? You need that more often than you think you do.
Do you do massages too?
Yeah. Okay, so Zach and I are bibbed up as Dave and Eva are, and
Bib Rose.
yeah, we're bib bros, and we're ready to jump into some beautiful lobster. And what's the pasta, Eva?
It's tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle. All right, gonna get in there. This is it. The road from Lim Fjord to our next stop winds through quaint farmlands and small villages back towards the sea. Once again, our heads are spinning at the next place we see that Eva has arranged for us to stay. The spectacular Grand Park Hotel overlooking the town of Rovinj. The hospitality scene in Croatia is world-class, and this hotel is a great example of that dedication. This hotel has won just about every award there is for food, its staff service, and architectural design. The modern layout of the Grand Park contrasts beautifully with the old-world charms of Rovinj, sitting like a painting in the distance against a pastel sky. A short walk into town from our hotel delivers us to the vibrant city center and old town of Rovinj. This is an active fishing village that is now a busy tourism hub in the summer for both international travelers and a popular destination for Croatians taking a fun weekend trip. The original town of Rovinj, that was once part of Italy, was built on an island just offshore, but was filled in with dirt to connect it to the mainland in the 14th century. The deeper we walk into this picture-perfect town, the more each of us is drawn into a labyrinth of small streets and pathways as we make our way to the top of the hill where the Church of St. Euphemia dominates the distant skyline.
Well, I gotta tell you, just walking around here in the streets of Rovinj as I make my way up to the church, kind of broke away from Dave and Zack and Eva. We all kind of got into our own mojo, and that happens sometimes when we're shooting out here. And in a place like this, I think each person wants to just kind of have their own experience. So that's what we've all sort of done without even talking about it. We all kind of wanted to have our own experience here and just kind of photograph this thing in our own way. I'm walking down this old cobblestone street right now. Vacationers are light. The traffic, vacation traffic is kind of light. We're kind of past the season right now. But, you know, any of these towns in Europe that you come to have their own charm. This one, Rovinj, has a very special charm. It's a favorite place for people in Croatia to come on vacation. As you can see, it's just beautiful. And so I'm gonna make my way up to the church. I'm not exactly how to get there. I'm not sure, there's no map. I'm not going to my phone for GPS on this one. I'm just sort of following my heart and have a basic idea of where the main tower is. But so far, Rovinj has been my favorite stop here in Croatia. It is beautiful.
As I climb higher toward the church, passing scenes of everyday life here that make this place so special. Every turn is a photographer's cityscape paradise. Finally on top, St. Euphemia's Church, the largest Baroque church in Istria, rises as an imposing yet beautiful centerpiece to the city. Built in the early 1700s, the church is said to be the final resting place of Rovinj's patron saint, who was tortured for her faith by the Emperor Diocletian before being thrown to the lions in AD 304. Her body was kept in present-day Istanbul until it was moved here, inside the church that bears her name. The bell tower at the summit of the hill rises 200 feet above the church and was modeled after the tower at St. Mark's Square in Venice, which is not all that far away. From the top of the tower, views of Rovinj below are worth every step it takes to climb this historic monument. Croatia had already captured our hearts on our first few days here. But now, as our week-long adventure comes to an end and we see more of the Istrian Peninsula's beauty, like that found here in Rovinj, I know for certain this is a place I will come back to, eager to share it with friends and family. On our last day, as we head back to Zagreb to catch our flight home, Eva suggests a drive off the main highway and along the rugged coast to the town of Opatia.
Hey, we're back.
Even though the weather is pretty rough today, with rain and strong winds, we knew if Eva had arranged another meal on our journey, it would be first rate.
All right, so we're on our little voyage here along the coastline above the Adriatic Sea on our way to Opatia. It's gorgeous here, as David Boomer's probably getting with his camera from behind me. And I'm feeling a little bit of pressure right now because Zack, for the last hour, has been saying, there's a restaurant, dude. Hey, we can eat there. Hey, let's stop there. Hey, why don't we get, and he's right. That's the thing. This place is littered with awesome restaurants. But we just got a call from our host guide, and anyway, she just got a phone call from a friend who said, hey, we just got some fresh scampi in. Bring the boys down to the restaurant. So, you know, that's what we're doing now. We don't know where we're going. We're following Eva up ahead there, which is exciting sometimes. And but we're on our way to a restaurant to eat fresh scampi, and we'll let you know how that's going to look here, if and when we make it.
Thread needles.
After navigating some of Opatia's ridiculously narrow streets, we make it to the restaurant where Eva's friend is awaiting our arrival.
Yes! Good.
Seafood is obviously the dominant trend in dining here along the coast.
Beautiful.
And the artistry of cooking is on full display no matter where you grab a table. Homemade pasta, shrimp scampi, and we've got some truffle. Even though our time in Opatia was short, the memories and moments we enjoyed here will last a long time. He's happy. Travel to places far from home is often avoided by people fearful of experiencing culture shock. And while international travel may seem daunting or too far from reach, it's really an important way for all of us to better connect with the world and with ourselves. Culture shock as a friend once told me, is the growing pains of a broadening perspective.
Production funding for Outside Beyond the Lens provided by Visit Fresno County. Nature, diversity, found in the heart of California's Central Valley. From Fresno and Clovis, you can drive to 3 nearby national parks. By Hendricks Chevrolet.
Hendricks Chevrolet is proud to support the spirit of travel in each of us. Every journey has a first step. Adventures start here.
By Advanced Beverage Company, serving Bakersfield and Kern County for over 50 years. From our family to yours, supporting Valley PBS and the wonders of travel. By the Penstar Group, promoting growth and opportunity in business through collaboration and partnerships for the future. By Hodges Electric, serving California's Central Valley for over 50 years, dedicated to supporting public television and the calling in all of us to explore. And by Visit Yosemite Madera County, California's gateway to Yosemite National Park. Explore the outdoor magic of Madera County and be inspired to discover more.